Good afternoon, friends. Welcome to another edition of UFO Friday. I'm Willie. Welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you visited with me before. Either way, I'm so happy that you're here. Wow, there are some repairs that need to be done on this. I'm sorry. I'm so easily distracted most days. UFO Friday is when I pull out an unfinished object from my stash to give it a little bit of love and talk to you while I'm doing it. And I'm looking around for the diamond painting pen that I've been using. I think I have it packed away. I am driving up to Pennsylvania for the weekend to my place up there. And I'm sorry. When the folks at Patty Wax named their other company Distracted by Diamonds, they weren't kidding. I'm driving up to my place in Pennsylvania this weekend, and I'm trying to currently avoid the Friday afternoon madness that is traffic in the DC suburbs. So I thought I'd film this and try to upload it before I hit the road. This is a diamond painting that I bought, I think, at some point during COVID, and right now I'm going to do some repairs on it. The story of this one, I started it. I absolutely love it. Apparently I put the wrong side of the paper down on it because it's really sticking. It got put aside for whatever reason for a certain period of time. The drills got separated from it. I didn't know what had happened to the drills. In unpacking, doing some unpacking around the house yesterday, I found them. At least I thought I found them. I hope I'm not getting my big fat head in the way here. It's possible. I normally work on a tilted light board, and for the camera angle's sake, I am not doing that at the moment. But yeah, I found the drills, and somewhere along the way between last night and this afternoon, I've lost a pack of them. They're probably stuck to something somewhere. I checked and I had all of the drills. And it's these white ones that are being used for the outline that have gone missing. I think they're around here somewhere. If I can't find them, they are fortunately probably the easiest ones to replace. It says there's a DMC code there. That is not a DMC code. And these are the whites. This red diagonal slash, those are the whites. That's not a DMC code, okay? DMC codes don't look like that. I think they're ABs. So my stash of extra drills lives in Pennsylvania, so I will be taking a look at some point this weekend to see if I have any of these. If not, I can probably order them fairly easily. I just need to make sure that I am ordering the correct size. So right now, again, this canvas got shuffled around a lot. Lately, I've been carrying it in the portfolio bag that I carry my light pad in. Okay, these really got shuffled around, didn't they? I'm sorry, Mr. Elephant or Miss Mama Elephant or whoever you are. I really do love you. Oh, I think these got shifted over from here. But I mean, I love this canvas. I mean, look at it. It's gorgeous. It's so sparkly. And as you can see, I got a fair amount of it done. I think I got all of the larger shapes on it before. And I got a lot of the outlining done. There are still some things down here that need to be done. And I will throw this on the light pad at some point. And I apologize if my big fat head is getting in the way. Yeah, this is number 2. If my head gets in the way, because I'm having trouble seeing, to be honest, without my light pad. There's still some natural light coming in through the patio door, and I have some other lights on. That's supposed to be there. That's supposed to be over there. I saw some other lights on, so, but again, I normally do work on the light pad. All right, I think that may be all of the repairing that I have to do. I'm sure I'll come across something else along the way. But I mean, isn't this gorgeous? I think the background is so pretty. Again, the canvas got a little squished. It was all folded up here. I put it under a heavy box earlier today to try to flatten it out a little bit, and I'll do a little bit more of that as I continue working on it. But I don't remember where I got this. I'll have to go back through my inventory and see if I can find. But I mean, we got lots and lots and lots of special drills. More than we are going to need. Hi, I'm the queen. I'm using that royal we. Okay, let me find... What's our arrow? Number 5. But yeah, I thought I had all of the drills out for it. And then I went to look for these whites and can't find the bag anywhere. So, while I'm doing this, I thought I would answer a tag that I saw a couple of other diamond painters do recently. Nobody tagged me because I have such a teeny tiny little channel at this point. I'm gonna move my light down. Let me look through the camera. Oh, that's not too bad. I want to answer this tag just so I have something coherent to talk about while I'm drilling with you this afternoon. Oh, these are purple. Oh, aren't they nice? Okay, number 5. That's the up arrow. And since I shifted the light, I can see a little bit better. So this is just a basic crafting tag. And I think there are 20 questions. I will try to go through them as quickly as I can, just so that I don't put you to sleep. I don't think I have an ASMR voice. I think I end up sounding like Minnie Mouse half the time when I go back and watch these videos, which really bothers me because I'm an alto. Minnie is not an alto, okay? But anyway, the first question is, when did you start crafting and why? I really started as a child. My mother crocheted, and I was always interested in that. And, you know, little girl, I wanted to do what mommy was doing. So she taught me the very basics. When I was, I don't think it was before grade school. I think it was once I was in grade school. You know, she taught me how to chain stitch with my fingers first. So I made a lot of like cords for things that didn't really get used. And then she taught me how to single crochet, double crochet, and it kind of went from there. I mean, I made little blankets for my Barbie dolls. What else? Oh, that's the wrong symbol. Well, okay. Those pot holder looms. Did any of you have those pot holder looms? I was big on those. I love that. Made all kinds of pot holders. Mom, I'm out of loops. Can we buy more loops for my pot holder loom? And God bless her. The woman actually used those horrible pot holders because I had no sense of color whatsoever. There's a larger drill that I think has absconded. So apparently I didn't find all of the drills like I thought I did. Oh well, life goes on. But yeah, the potholder looms and the crochet, and of course, as a kid, I made different craft projects as part of Sunday school and Bible school. And I've thrown out a number of those over the past 10 years or so. My parents were both Depression era babies, and they had issues throwing anything away, especially anything that their kids made. So I came across a lot of stuff when we were going through the house. Popsicle stick projects. I had an outline of a hand that we had sewn 2 pieces of paper together. They had punched holes in it, and we used, the hand was kind of a reminder of how to pray. The thumb is closest to yourself, so, and the finger means this finger means, that was still around, I think. Different little projects like that. So I've always done something. I'm not, I can come up with ideas of my own. I've never been good at executing those ideas. So I'm one of those follow a pattern people, which is why diamond painting is perfect for me. Anyway, I digress. What is your, no, I can't even read my own writing. What is the earliest memory you have of crafting? And again, it's probably the Bible school thing. Making little things in Bible school. And then my mom teaching me the basics of crochet. That's probably my earliest memory. What is your favorite craft? Diamond painting. I also love scrapbooking and making cards. I haven't done any of that in a couple of years. Just because I haven't had the room to do it. I typically do most of that when I go to a weekend crop. And weekend crops are just starting to happen again, thanks to that virus thing that was going around. And, being locked in a ballroom with X number of other people for a weekend didn't sound real appealing while the virus was rampant. I think I'm still not quite ready for that, although I miss going to crops. I miss having that concentrated time just to do a craft and to spend time with friends and learn new techniques and buy new stuff, which I don't really need, but it's like shiny, ooh. So yeah, but diamond painting definitely is my favorite. I just really, I find it so relaxing. One of the reasons it's relaxing, I said I'm a follow a pattern kind of person, so this is all laid out. You can bling it up and change things around if you want to. You don't have to, though. Man, I love that. I can just kind of get into a zone with it and be mindful and mindless at the same time, if that makes any sense to anybody. I just find it so relaxing. Scrapbooking for me can be kind of stressful. Because there's not always a recipe. They call them recipes for pages that work for what you want. And then I sit there and I look at the pictures and go, well, how do I want to crop this? How much do I want to crop it? Do I want to, cut it in a shape? What do I, and then I just kind of sit and stare for a while. This, I can just pick up the drill pen and go. So yeah, this is for me. It's like it was made just for me. Best completion so far this year. Serafina. Serafina by Dreamer Designs. The first finish that I had for Drills and Chills. Um, the kit was wonderful. I believe I uploaded a video where I fussed a little bit about two of the symbols that I ended up getting confused, and that was partly me, you know, if I'd been paying closer attention, but I do think that they need to take some of the credit for that because the symbols were just way too close. And I think, I suspect I am not the only person who confused those two symbols and had to pull drills off the canvas and put new drills down. But I think she's gorgeous. I think she's absolutely gorgeous. I love the colors that I got to play with when I was, you know, working on her. And I'm just really pleased with the overall effect. So I would say Serafina by Dreamer Designs. Da-da-da-da-da. Best item you purchased so far this year. I purchased Serafina this year. Also, even though you haven't seen me using it yet in a video, I bought NYX's Notions Tall Boy video drill tray. Oh my gosh, I love it. If you have a tendency to shake your drills and they go flying out because the sides of the drill tray are too short, get yourself a Tall Boy. Oh my gosh, I haven't had a drill fly out of that thing yet. I really, really love it. I love it so much that I carry it in the bag that I carry my light pad in when I carry it back and forth to Pennsylvania. I have a smaller light pad that lives in Pennsylvania now. Once I got the larger light pad, I realized I didn't have to keep both of them with me at all times. And I so far I've worked on smaller projects in Pennsylvania, so the smaller one, and I don't have as much room to spread out in Pennsylvania because it's an itty bitty house. So the smaller one lives up there. But yeah, that tray is just mwah, chef's kiss. Name something craft related you want to buy in the future. More diamond paintings. I was looking at Jade's online store, the Jades Gem Shop, I think it is. I would love to invest in one of her canvases before too long because she has some absolutely gorgeous images. And because she is a diamond painter herself, I'm sure the attention to detail in those kits is just fantastic. And I haven't seen anything even close to a negative review of her kits so far. I'd like to buy something from, is it Die Moon Shop or DIY Moon Shop? To me, it looks like DIY Moon Shop, but I've heard people pronounce it differently. They also have some gorgeous canvases that I'd love to invest in, but they, for the most part, they're even more expensive than Diamond Art Club. And don't get me wrong, I have quite a few Diamond Art Clubs in my stash, and I need to start pulling them out and working on them and not being, you know, put off by the larger kits. Because I've done some Diamond Art Clubs before and have absolutely loved them. I've done some of the smaller Diamond Art Club kits. But yeah, so those are companies I'd like to purchase from. And, you know, maybe I need to just start setting aside, I need to make a budget. That's what I need to do. Oh, I just saw a repair that is needed here. Is there something in the way? Oh, you. Scooch over. There we go. Okay, next question. What craft are you most looking forward to later this year? Diamond painting. That one's easy. Biggest crafting surprise. I'm not sure what that means. No, actually, I can tell you my biggest crafting surprise. I have issues with my hands. I've talked about this before in previous videos. I have issues with my hands. And part of the reason I have issues with my hands is because I tend to get a death grip on whatever tool I'm using in my right hand. I'm right-handed. Crochet hook, death grip. Knitting needles, death grip. Pens and pencils, death grip. Scissors, death grip. For some reason, I don't do that with drill pens. Even the small ones, the small pink ones that come in your standard diamond painting kit, I don't do the death grip on them for some reason. I don't know why. I don't feel that need to have a tight hold on it, like somebody's going to come and grab it out of my hands or something. That surprises me, and that's why I'm able to do this. I had to give up knitting. I had to give up crocheting. My handwriting has gotten horrendous over the past couple of years because I can't hold the pen as well as I used to. So that's been a very pleasant surprise for me. Biggest crafting disappointment that I had to give up knitting and crocheting because of my hands. I wanted to learn how to knit for the longest time and finally did. And then as I was getting a certain level of competency with it, I had to stop because my hands just couldn't, I'd knit a handful of stitches and my hands would be screaming at me. So that was very disappointing. And I'd gotten past the point where I was just doing, garter stitch and things like that. And I was actually making stuff. Yeah. Favorite craft supply? Diamond paintings? Can I count the kits as my favorite craft supply? Yeah. I'm tailoring this to my needs. What crafting tool would you not want to be without? My light pad. My light pad, definitely. I do a lot of diamond painting after dark. The lighting in most of my living areas, both here and in Pennsylvania, isn't really great. My eyes are getting old. I have the beginnings of cataracts in both eyes, and I'm showing signs of some diabetic retinopathy. I already wear bifocals. I've been wearing bifocals since I was about 40. So without the light pad just makes most projects so much easier, and I don't end up with eye strain or fatigue or anything like that. I have diamond painted like 16 hours in one day with just a break here and there. And my eyes were fine. My hands weren't all that happy with me, but my eyes were fine. So definitely the light pad. What is your go-to drink when crafting? Water. Preferably cold water. If I'm crafting in the morning, coffee. Love me some coffee. I just recorded an unbagging that will probably go up after this, actually, since I am actually recording this on Friday afternoon, where one of the kits was a coffee-related thing. And I think my next kit my next 30 by 40 that I'm going to work on after I finish the one I'm working on now, is a coffee-related thing. Love me some coffee. Don't like to drink it after about noon. What do you like to listen to when crafting? I typically watch other diamond painters on YouTube. I watch a lot of diamond painting videos. I watch Disney videos. Excuse me. I will watch whatever show I'm binge watching at the moment. Occasionally, I will listen to an audiobook. I have a subscription to Audible, and I've got a lot of stuff in my queue that I need to listen to. Occasionally, I'll listen to a podcast, depending on my mood and what I want to hear. But I mostly watch YouTube. And my go-tos in YouTube are diamond painting videos, cruise videos last, and Disney, anything Disney related, particularly Disney World. There are a number of Disney vloggers that I watch, and I just put down a drill that's not good. Let me get my super stabby. Ah! And it went flying. I wanted to show you why it was a bad drill. This is what happens. I try to pick them up with the stabby tweezers, and they go flying. Somewhere I have a pair of round edge tweezers that I really love. I don't know what happened to them. I used to carry them in this one particular kit, and they have absconded. Don't know where they are. So yeah. Okay. Flying drills. Next question. What other hobby/interests do you have? Well, I mentioned that I do paper crafting occasionally. I love to read, and I usually have more than one book going at a time. I'm a little off kilter at the moment. I usually have an audiobook going in the car, and I need to remember to take some batteries out to the car with me. I get these little gizmos at the local library system called playaways. Have you ever heard of those? They're just little MP3 players, basically, that have one audiobook loaded on them. And you just check those out of the library, and you can either listen with headphones, or I plug it into the audio jack in my car. And since I'm driving to and from Pennsylvania this weekend, that would be really good for me to have. I have satellite radio, but when I'm road tripping, sort of like that, I like to have the audiobook going. Or if I'm going to be driving somewhere that will take me a half hour or more, I like to have the audiobook going. So yeah, I read. My unusual hobby or interest, and I haven't been terribly active with it lately, is medieval recreation. Spilling drills. Yeehaw. Well, let's just pick those up where they are. I am a member of the Society for Creative Anachronism, or the SCA. And we do medieval stuff. That's the best way I can describe it. It's not really living history, but it depends on your particular interest and how much you want to level up, basically, whether or not you're actually doing living history. But I dress up funny and go do medieval stuff. And typically, what I did over my summer vacation involves the SCA. There's a big camping event that's held every year in western Pennsylvania near Slippery Rock. That's called the Penzing War. It's a 2-week camping event. You can show up for any part of that 2 weeks. I like going for as close to the 2 weeks as I can get. just because I don't feel like I'm rushing around, and I can enjoy myself a little bit more. People who like to fight put on armor in the August heat, which is a little insane to me, but there are a lot of people who do it. People hang out with their friends. I get to see people there that I only see at Penzic, which is great. I'm able to see, family of choice and friends that I've made over the years. I typically attend classes and shop because you can get things at Penzic that you cannot get anywhere else. So yeah, I do medieval stuff, and I enjoy medieval history. I enjoy reading and studying about medieval history. What do you listen to? Other hobbies or interests? What crafting activities would you like to try and why? There's not really a whole lot that I'm not already doing that I want to do. One thing that I have tried to start a couple of times and never really get too far with it, I never had what's called the aha moment with it, is tablet weaving. And that's something that would be an SCA thing, a medieval thing. Making trim and belts and things with tablet weaving. You use a smaller, like an inkle type loom usually, and you have little weaving cards that have 4 or 5 holes in them, and you thread the cards and set up your loom, and depending on how you turn the cards before you put the shuttle through determines the pattern. And I've tried to get started a couple of times and never really got anywhere with it. I think I need to sit with somebody. I need to sit and watch somebody. I should probably do that on YouTube as well. Because you can learn to do just about anything on YouTube, and I keep losing my place on this canvas. Yeah, I'm a visual learner. So I think watching somebody else and then having somebody guide me or talk me through the steps would be the best way for me to learn. And I do like playing with strings, so that's something else that interests me. Oh, the other thing that I do that I forgot to mention in the other hobbies, I do kumihimo, which is a Japanese braiding technique. The way we do it now is not ancient, it's a modern technique, but it's something that dates back to the days of the samurai. And they would tie the closure, they would braid the closures for their armor with the kumihimo. And you can make some beautiful patterns with string. So I enjoy that as well. I haven't done that in a while either. Let's see. If you looked in your bag, would there be evidence that you are a crafter? It depends on which bag you're looking at. I have a lot of bags. I said the joke is I'm going to be a bag lady when I'm older, and that's why I need so many bags. If you just looked in my purse, probably not. I don't think there's anything in there that indicates that I'm a crafter. Depending on which tote bag, like if you looked at my weekend work bag, there might be an indication that I'm a crafter. I have been known to carry very small diamond painting projects with me. I was working on Disney princess stickers at one point, and I carried those with me. And if the fellow that I support wanted to go to the library, I would pull that out and work on it while he was looking at his magazines and anime books and graphic novels, and people would walk by and look really hard and I'd smile at them. And occasionally people would ask me, what is that? So I've always enjoyed crafting in public. It's not so easy to do with diamond painting, but if you have a tiny little project like that, you can do it. I sometimes carry my diamond painting journal with me to try to update things while I'm out and about. If I've got a minute to sit, or if I'm in a doctor's waiting room or something. So if somebody saw that, they would know that I'm a crafter, but just for my regular purse, not so much. What craft related item do you have too much of? Paper. Oh my gosh. Why I thought I needed all that paper is beyond me. And every time I go to a crop, I end up buying more because the either the Creative Memories demonstrator or the uh, oh the heart one, close to my heart. No, is that it? Close to my I don't know what the name of the company is anymore, and I have a lot of their stuff. And the Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, they'll all have paper packs for sale. Oh, I may never be able to get this again, because they do have certain designs that they only keep in stock for a certain period of time, and God, I might need that in 12 years. So yeah, paper. And I had to move all of it recently. Do you know how heavy paper is when you get a whole bunch of it? What crafting related item do you enjoy collecting? Oh boy. With the paper crafting, it's paper. Cutting dies, punches, embossing folders, stickers, washi tape. I had a washi tape problem before I discovered diamond painting, and now I have another reason to collect washi tape that, that sits around and collects dust. Yeah. I have a lot of stuff. I've actually weeded some of it out, and I'm going to try to sell some things at a yard sale that we're having probably early in October. Oh, and stamps. Oh my gosh. Rubber stamps, acrylic stamps, and corresponding dies for them, because, they sell those where, you buy the stamp and then you buy the die so that you can cut out the shape of the stamp. And I was actually a coach for Fun Stamper's Journey, which was a newer company that came on the scene a number of years ago. I was a Journey coach for a while, and I was buying stuff. Yeah. What is your top crafting tip? For diamond painting, really take people seriously when they tell you not to get paper on your canvas. Oh my gosh, the horror stories I could tell, where I thought my plastic cover was down, but it wasn't, and I was taking notes on something, and the paper got close to the canvas and stuck. The paper will peel off and stick to the canvas. Now, I have since learned that baby wipes are really good for getting it up, but it takes some work, and you may have to figure out how to make the canvas tacky again. Now, there are tacky glues and things out there that you can use. It's not that complicated, but it's a pain in the tush. So yeah, keep the paper away from the sticky canvas. Just do as I say, not as I do. Learn from my mistakes. Because it's like, oh my gosh, what did I do now? I have I have a UFO of Cinderella Castle at Walt Disney World that I need to go back to, but it's one where I got paper over a wide section of the canvas, and it just I think I shed tears over it. I mean, it was that traumatic. Don't get the paper near the canvas. What is your the top crafting tip? Paper, canvas, no. If people enjoy your content, what channels should they check out? I don't know. Any diamond painting channel, I guess. I am not polished. I do not edit. So a lot of the really good, really big diamond painting channels aren't, I don't compare to them in any way, because, you know, I show you my warts and all. I don't edit. I don't have any fancy schmancy stuff going on here. I do budget diamond painting as well as, you know, the nice, well-made, more expensive canvases. So anybody who kind of has a folksy feel to them and likes the budget-friendly stuff. But I don't want to name anybody. But just check out other diamond painting channels. And please, if you have a diamond painting channel and I'm not already one of your subscribers, please tell me about your channel. Just name your channel in the comments below, because if you have a diamond painting channel, I want to watch you, because the community just seems so wonderful, and we all have something to learn. I can learn something from every diamond painter that I watch, whether it's a new technique or a way to refine a technique, or just, hey, look at this really cute, pretty, beautiful diamond painting I got from this company, and I'm like, oh, I need that, and I run off to order it. So I really enjoy watching other diamond painters. So anyway, please do the YouTube things, like, subscribe, comment. If you want to answer, I'm not going to tag anybody on this. If you want to answer those questions, I believe there are 20. Please do so and let me know so I can listen to your answers, since you've been kind enough to listen to me babble on for a while. I am going to put Mama Elephant here away, and I think it's about time for me to head up to PA for the weekend. So I hope you've had a wonderful day. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today. Please stay safe, be happy, and do something that makes you feel good. And if that's diamond painting, all the better. Thanks so much for joining me today, friends. Willie out. Take care. Bye-bye.